Hello and welcome back to some more Path of Exile. It's time for a positive episode in which we actually kill some stuff. So, if I didn't upload the last two videos, what do you miss? Me ranting about theory and establishing that my character DPS is indeed probably, on a good day, roughly plus or minus a million, as kind of ballpark guessed, while fighting the Eater of Worlds. So, yay to me. Talking about the plan. Plan is generally clear the Atlas, kill the Searing Exarch, drop back to white maps, farm a load of essence, buy a cheap 6-link bow, and then craft a new bow. Because buying bows is insane at the moment. Last thing I just did was I found that Kirak was selling a nice Underground Sea map here. So I bought it for 3 alks. Went in there, stuffed a Divine Vessel in there as well, and we've therefore picked up the chance to avoid being frozen. I then went on a rant about something which we won't talk about. So, let's move on and clear some more stuff. This is looking fairly populous now. That's not too bad. We are at least starting to build up stocks of red maps, so that is nice. We do have 2 horizons. Weirdly, tier 16 is amongst our most populated... Oh, that's tier 15. Okay, good. So it's 2 in 5 to roll a map we haven't done there. It's 2 in 6 there. It's 2 in 7 there. It's 3 in 7 there. Might be quite a good bet then. It's 2 in 8 there. And it's 3 and 9 there. Okay. Well. I guess you go for the best shot, which is probably this. Nobody likes Carcass. Okay, Mud Geyser. Double boss Mud Geyser. Jungle Valley. Okay. You know what? Whatever. Yep. Fine. Let's do Jungle Valley. Yeah, why not? Yeah, cool. Oh, juice me up.
My mana is gone.
Doridas Erkt Thek Thoram, you are a fool. Uh-huh. Cool. Well, enjoyed that, thanks. Again.
I'm not up to that just. My mana is gone. Light is trying to spread! It's put out new mycelium! New roots! Put out new mycelium! New roots!
But however will you match that last incredible performance?
Yes.
You shall suffer your own bile. The fire of summer burns within. choking vapors seek the living. Lightning descends. The storm comes swiftly. Thunder and lightning abound. Fire seeks will. So be it, as disappointing as it is.
Nice. Shame it's charge dash, but you know.
That will only slow me down.
KK. We didn't have a Scourge. That's sort of half of a ridiculous minion build I played relatively recently. So, how's the recording? Relatively sound? Eh. No, don't do that. It's a map or summit. Okay. Yoke of Suffering. That's quite neat. Enemies take 5% for each type of ailment. Seems like it might be quite good for TS. Yoke of Suffering, Tornado Shot. Did I? Frostblades, Pandemonius. Yeah. Yeah. And it's got decent-ish res. Pretty bad rolls, but, you know, not bad. 5% increased damage for each type of ailment you've inflicted. Bleed, Ignite, Scorch, Chill, Frozen, Brittle, Shocked, Sap, and Poison. In theory, we inflict Brittle. If we do enough, if we crit with Cold, yeah, that may be very good. Let's keep it. What's it worth? 4 Chaos. Wow. Let's put our mark on hit back on. I only took it off for that ultimatum. I've got a 2020 charge dash, which is apparently worth 15 chaos, allegedly. But I suspect that it may be worth more if we keep it, just because there might be something we can do with that gem quality. Steal it, transfer it. Who knows? Spell damage holding a shield. Impale with attacks. Nobody's gonna buy that. Let's just sell it. Quick flask, 76. Yeah. Flask quality. Oh yeah, I picked up an XS flask. That's actually an item in itself. 15, 26, 36. Yeah, I think we can get 2 glass blowers out of this. One for the 20 and one for the rest. Yep, nice.
Keep your eyes sharp.
And then I think we vend the rest of this. Oh, that's 83.
Blessings.
If we got an 83, 185. Well.
Exile? War Knights.
Okay. So we have no tier 10 maps. I mean, I'm debating because we could sort of just complete the Atlas and then do Exarch, but I'm starting to wonder if we should just do Exarch. Maybe map completion isn't really necessary for this series. I mean, you get the idea, right? Running Harbingers, I'm going to go through and I'm going to apply various things to various stuff. You know, probably harb up one of these next. You get the idea. Yeah. So maybe... actually, there's a chance we could kill 2 birds with 1 stone here. So there's a chance we could roll that into something we don't have. Okay, we haven't. Fine, let's run it anyway. I quite like Underground River, and we don't need to run it Val. Holy Beyond. Whatever. Well, but if we're doing that, then no. Give me something easy. the love of Christ. Fine. You know what? You know what? Just play the damn game. You're the one who created the ice arena. It's not my fault if you get murdered in it, is it? I used to look forward to seeing these because I would take the Atlas passive and it meant money. Great, yeah, I love essences with this fucking ridiculous mana life sapping ring. That always really cheers me up.
My mana is gone.
Hey, Cass. Right. Roll them. Well, this is going to be a real short mission. Shorter than I imagined. It's amazing how left click and move command are on the same fucking button.
Do not let them reach the purification pump.
Might be a bit late for that, Cass. Burning ground. Chance for enemies to drop burning ground. Final boss drops 3C. Okay. Tanky minions. Shrines are great. Thanks for the 3C. Bye now. Yep, linked targets. That's the. If you missed a few leagues, I'm not saying you did. You might have missed the linked skill gems they added a while back, which people don't generally use, but occasionally people use them in co-op. You can play skills that affect someone else's character and so forth, and there's a few items and bits of the passive tree, and indeed I think the Guardian actually has some nodes in it now as well. But yeah, there are some link nodes and so forth, so yeah, skills which apply in co-op. I'm not quite sure that I think that it's a good idea. At least the implementation seems a bit, well,
Blessings.
it's all very likely to cause deaths, which I imagine is, you know, fun in some cases. Prod damage, fire damage, cold crit. I think that's crap. I'm not
Blessings.
selling it even. Okay. We don't have a horizon. I guess we could just run another jungle valley, and then I'm guessing this will take us to the Exarch. Screw it. Valley me. Yep. Yeah, please. Yeah, sure.
I'm not up to that just yet. My mana is gone.
Give me a break.
That would only slow me down.
Well, yes it would. But You're gonna have to suck it up. I do like altars. I think that's just about doubled my number of regrets. 9 regrets in one map, and that isn't even a high load. And if we were actually more powerful, as we will ultimately need to be, that would have been faster to acquire. Been through here quite a few times now. I swear that spider must live across town or something, because it always takes her eons to actually get here. It's the incandescent invitation. And the belt that's not very good.
Hello.
Okay. Yeah, nice.
Exile.
So,
Cool wind.
19% spell suppression, 110 life, 47 life regen, 10% fire res. It's just a shame that suppression is a suffix. Because that's almost good. It's almost good. Tier 2 suppression. Jolly tasty, that. I think that's garbage. Yeah, 261.
Warm nights.
I'm gonna stow that. Alright, do we want to try a Searing Exarch? If we do, we're going to need our ruby flask. Yep. Well, Eater's down. When did that happen? That'd explain a few things if that was the case.
I'm not up to that just yet.
Yes, so I guess we'll give it a try. I mean, the ball phase is going to kill us, but everything else should be okay. In theory. Do I want to keep the silver flask? Let's see, I might swap it out for a life flask. Absence of patience and wisdom.
Your absurd
Sounds like home.
ends here, hatchling.
Dual control.
Dual control? Oh, dual 4 control.
Disintegration. Cleansing. Annihilation.
Oh, balls.
You do not have the strength. Catch this realm shall be studied by flame.
We lasted 1 second? Immunity phase. The thing is, he does like to repeat these if you don't experience the full joy the first time. Hellfire. Yeah, I want the Atlas too, sweetheart, but there's a limit that to what I can do. No effect. No effect. Right. Is that the bad one? Yeah.
I'm not up for that.
Annihilation. Disintegration. Cleansing. Annihilation. Incineration. Disintegration. Cleansing.
And someone else. Oh, yes. Yeah, so we almost did quite well in the second ball phase. We got his shield thing. Yeah, cool. Eldritch Chaos, nice. I hate the ball phase. This fight would be great if you just took out the ball phase. Maven would be great if you just took out the memory game. Yeah. Okay, what do you got to say, envoy?
The blazing iridescence that seared the firmament for a timeless time now flickers cold for the briefest of moments. The enlightenment of its master has been impeded by your victory. The Maven is triumphant for now. 2 claimants have arrived, desperate in their hunger. 2 claimants have been turned away. The Maven and the Nomad stand bloodied and victorious, but time is fleeting, and time is eternal. The enemies outnumber the stars in the sky. The enemies are the stars in the sky. Mark this as a moment you finally understand the insurmountable weight of the approaching tide. This is not the end. This was merely the beginning. Farewell.
That's right, Barbie. We're just getting started.
Let this be a warning to your kind. Rayclast is protected.
I'm glad you survived your battle with the Cleansing Fire's emissary, but I suspect this is hardly the end of the Maven's battle for ownership of the Atlas. Keep fighting as her champion, Godslayer. She's the best of our terrible options. By the gods! You actually did it! You did battle with those eldritch fiends and lived to tell the tale.
For a given definition of lived.
You bought us some time, Godslayer. For the moment, the Maven has full control of the Atlas, and she's content to play there and leave us alone.
For a given definition of us.
Keep doing what you're doing. Very carefully.
Book, please. Nice. Voidstone me. Okay. So tier 1s and now tier 8s. This is good. Is that ANT 3 or 4? to most tiers. So tier 16s now run halfway down the map, which is very nice. Still have to collect these maps. So,
I'm not up to that just
I'm
yet.
thinking this is probably a good point to finish the full continuous play part of the series. I think this is going to be about, what is it, episode 30? Maybe? Somewhere around there. Somewhere around 30. I think that's quite a good number. I think 30 hours of content. Because as I say, I plan to play this league for the next couple of months. All being well. Now, if that was as much as 40-hour weeks, that could be 160 hours a month. Could be 300 hours of content. I think that's a bit much. I think it's a bit much. It probably won't be that, but even if it's another 100 hours, that's still another 100 hours. I think that's quite a lot of videos. So I think what we'll do now is we'll end the series in this episode, and I will then add on pinnacle boss fights, maybe a few interesting build updates, if there are any such things. New builds might do. Maybe even some new build leveling if I do some of that. But yeah, but I will just walk through the plan so you know where I'm going next. So as I mentioned, we do now have 2 void stones. That is good. That still leaves 2 to collect. We also don't have a full atlas yet. We've still got to get all the tier 16s, and we've still got to get all the unique maps, most of which we can pick up from Kirak.
How's the trade?
Because he will start offering us unique missions periodically. You just have to look out for them, and occasionally they show up in his shop. And of course I'm in Trade League, so if needs be I can actually buy them. They're not usually that expensive. So we want to clear the atlas so that we have as many atlas passive points as possible, because that's really the goal there. That will allow us to refine our strategy further. I think I am going to try and go into Legion, see how some Legion farming pans out. Before I do that, once I've cleared the atlas, I'm going to go back to tier 1 maps and farm up a ton of essence for a few hours, so I can craft a bow. Probably spend all of my remaining chaos then on trade to buy a 6-link spine bow. Although there is a chance that I can actually 6-link a spine bow with these, and I could turn those into fusings. There's a reasonable chance I can make a 6-link out of that, but you know, it's playing the odds. So yeah, 6-link, get to at least 800 DPS, ideally 1000 DPS bow.
I'm not up to that just yet.
Then I want to start pursuing some of these options here. So I want to start developing more favourite slots. And that is actually partly because I actually want to do this content that gets you the slots, but also because once I've got some favourite slots, I can pick a section of the atlas that's good for my chosen league mechanics, such as, if we go there, Legion, and run Legions in it. And I can get those maps to come up more often, because that's what favourite slots do. So we're going to do that. But I always like to do this anyway. So we're going to need to kill an Elder Guardian, a Shaper Guardian, Conquerors, Cirrus. Yeah, Cirrus. Not on this DPS. When I'm about 4 mil, I reckon I could take Cirrus. I wouldn't really want to try it before that. I mean, yeah, actually, maybe could. But we've also... and a Conqueror, I'd kind of like a bit more DPS before the Conqueror. And the Elder and Shaper Guardians. Honestly, I think we need more DPS first, so I think we ought to sort the bow out first. If we get to a couple of mil, we can do some Guardians. If we can double that again, I think we'll get a Cirrus. And then you got people like Venarius. I mean, yeah, that's Cortex. Cortex is going cheap at the moment, I think. But Cortex, I kind of want about 8 mil, really. Otherwise, I'm going to have to pay attention to his mechanics. Shaper, not as bad. I think we can do Shaper on... Well, actually, we can do Elder on a couple of mil. I think Shaper 4. 8 would be nice. Uber Elder, which is Elder in the Shaper's realm. Yeah, somewhere between 4 and 8. Maven, preferably 8. 8 would be glorious. 8 will breeze through. 4 may have to apply talent. And the Feared, not going to happen on this build. I'm not going to get the Fear done unless there's something broken and tanky, which there may be, because it's very early this league. There are all sorts of builds out there. There's a ton of new gems out this league. An absolute ton of new gems. I mean, you can't even see them all here, but for example, Transfigured Gems. Yeah, Essence Drain of Wickedness, Rain of Arrows of Artillery, Penance Brand of Dissipation, Toxic Rain of Spore Burst, all of these. I mean, there could be builds behind any of those, so all sorts of things can happen. There could be broken stuff coming up in a few weeks, or tomorrow, that people want to try. But I want to get my character leveled up, because I want to do as much as possible. I would like to do Tornado Shot bossing, because that sounds fun, frankly. And I'm enjoying the mapping. So, yeah, but I mean, getting this stuff done is actually pretty straightforward. You know, we've got the Atlas stuff. We can start speccing into more of these passives. So we can buy the increased chance for just bosses, tier 14 and above, to drop Conqueror maps. Same here, tier 14 and above, chance to drop Elder and Shaper Guardian maps. Same here to get Cortex or the Distant Memories. All of the, yeah, they can just fall off things. We can actually do loops now of the Searing Exarch and the Eater of Worlds, pursue them as we have here. We can go around again, 28 maps time, we can run them again, get more loot. We can also by the time we get round to doing that habitually, we should be able to sell off the invitations, because the first one's a quest, but the others are tradable. So we should actually be able to sell those for money, which is usually pretty good. It's usually a divine. I guess that constitutes is that an invitation or a fragment? It's probably an invitation. Yeah, they are dirt cheap at the moment, but I'm hoping they will go up. They should be. They should go up towards about 1 divine as the league progresses. And the Feared is 8k. Yeah. And then we should be able to... I mean, we've already got some Guardian maps, so if you've seen this all the way through, you'll have seen we actually got some Guardian map drops. So we got a Forge of the Phoenix drop, just from an ordinary map boss. So you can get them. You don't have to spec into it. It can happen. And we got one of the Elder Slayers. These 4 Elder Slayers, Baron, Veritania, Alhesman, and Drox. Kill them all off. They will give you keys, which go in here. 1 each. Put those 4 keys into the map device. Opens the portal to Cirrus. Kill Cirrus. Yay, Cirrus is dead. that's normally my reaction. In theory, he drops loot, you know, but he dies. So that's good, and that's another favourite slot. Same here. Open up these guys. Kill Enslaver, Eradicator, Constrictor, and Purifier. Get 4 fragments. We'll put them in the map device. That'll take you to the Elder. Kill off the Elder, who's a really easy boss fight. And he can drop an Uber Elder fragment, the Elder half. And then you do the same with with Shaper's Guardian, so the Hydra, the Phoenix, the frickin' Minotaur, and screw that, and the Chimera. Collect those 4, screw that, collect those 4, and run those. That will give you keys to the Shaper's Realm, which is where I got this hideout. That level looks remarkably like this one. Kill off the Shaper, who is harder than the Elder, and he can drop the Shaper halves of the Uber Elder fragments. So do that loop and kill those off a couple more times, and hopefully you'll get all fragments of the Uber Elder fight kill them off, another favourite slot, and in theory loot. And then Maven, I mean, so far we've been doing
I'm not up
Mavens,
to that just yet.
what, 4, and then 6, I think. Are we now up to 10? 1, 2, 3, I think we're on 6. 4, 5, I think it's 4, 5, 6, 10. Yeah. So, once we get to 10, she will start dropping little Maven fragments from those fights. You can also have the Maven witness your fights against the Crusader, against the Elder Slayers, and against the Guardians. And if you witness a set of 4, and you get... We actually had one drop. One of these invites, like we've got the invite to the Formed, that requires Shaper's Guardians. If she witnesses all 4, you can then slam this in the map device and fight all 4 at once in Arena, which is very hard, but is fun. And once you've got 4 to 8 million DPS is really nice. And that drops more Maven fragments if you win. Once you collect 10 Maven fragments, whatever they're called, you'll get a Maven invite. Stick the Maven invite in the map device, go to the Maven. The last 2 Watchstones, which we want, the first 2 are the tutorial bosses, but then you need Elder in the Shaper's Realm, otherwise known as Uber Elder, which is the fragments from Elder plus the fragments from Shaper. Yeah, it's this set. So the set you get, kill off Shaper, he drops, kill off Elder, he drops. Sorry, that's Shaper, Elder. Kill off Shaper, he might drop 1, kill off Elder, he might drop 1. Repeat, rinse, and as necessary until you get those invites. Yeah, Uber Elder will drop a Watchstone, so we're going to have to go kill him because I want full tier 16 maps. Same with the Maven, going to have to kill her, so I'm going to have to get Maven to witness some Guardians, probably. It's usually how I do it. And then fight them all in an arena. Once we've got a lot more DPS than we do now, and ideally more life. And we may transition this build slightly. I think, yeah, we might go for Tornado Shot Ballista. I mean, I'll see. I'll have a look and just check what Havoc, if he has any recommendations for late game. You know, for boss hunting. If he's got a Mana Forge setup that actually looks good. But I think we've done what Havoc intended this build to do, although we've done it far less efficiently than he did, because this is like 5 hours work for him, and it's the best part of 30 for me. In fact, yeah, so that would be 24 hours and 13 hours, so that's actually quite a lot more hours. Man, that's quite surprising. I must have been AFK for some of that. 85 times. Well, most of that's in maps. And kills have not gone up that much. Yeah, we're going to have to clock a lot more kills before this shebang is over. Yeah, so that's the plan. Yeah, improve the gear, unlock the Atlas, kill some bosses. And once we've done a fair amount of that, we'll be set up for making some money. And once we've got some money, then we can invest in this character or the next character or whichever character. So, yeah.
I'm not up to that just yet.
Cool. So, I think we'll call that the last regular episode of this series. But I will introduce boss fights and bits and pieces as they happen. So, thanks for watching. I'll see you again, I'm sure. Well, I'm not sure, but it seems possible. Until and unless then, farewell.